Hello, my name is John Lervik and I'm the CEO of Cognite. Today I will be discussing how advanced digital technology is reshaping our industry. Cognite is an innovative software product company born from industry to solve industrial data problems. We are following a similar trajectory to software companies like Snowflake, but fully focused on unique challenges within the oil and gas industry and other asset-intensive industries. We at Cognite have a track record of successful deployed projects with the world's leading energy companies, including Saudi Aramco, BP, and Exxon, who have all bought into our technology and transformational vision. Additionally, through our technology, Cognite is also enabling oil and gas companies like Aker BP, Lundin, OMV, and Wintershall Dea to appeal to and recruit a younger, digital-first workforce. If there's anything we have learned from 2020, it's one thing. It's time to transform. Industries, including oil and gas, need to make their operations more efficient, resilient, and also sustainable. And for Cognite, 2020 has landed a number of new global clients, including BP and Saudi Aramco. 2020 has also accelerated our product development and resulted in a number of new product launches that aim to support remote operations and new ways of working in drilling and subsurface. The year has also resulted in new and exciting partnerships like our alliance with Microsoft and Azure. As all of us have experienced firsthand, technology has disrupted the consumer world years ago. We are all used to having instant access to data at any device, whenever we need it, from smartwatches to smart TVs. And this instantly accessible data from a number of data sources is often central to our day-to-day routines. For example, it helps us organize our calendars and also to find the fastest route to drive from A to B. Machine learning and AI applied on these consumer data also makes our experiences personal and often our tasks more efficient. For example, we get recommendations about restaurants, music, and movies based on our previous experiences and preferences. The launch of the iPhone in 2007 was a revolutionary moment for consumer technology. And first, it was features such as the camera and the large screen that got the most focus. It was only a couple of years later that we realized that the really big changes would come from the App Store and the amounts of data that each app produced. However, in industry, we are still waiting for our iPhone moment. And 2020 may be this turning point. And the companies that are investing in digitalization now will be the winners after the pandemic. However, digitalization is also much more difficult in industry than in the consumer world. There are many different silo systems, and the systems are often old and old-fashioned. And this is exactly what we at Cognite are working on, liberating and contextualizing industrial data so that we can create this revolution for the asset-intensive industries. Although consumer technologies and industrial technologies are different, our approach in Cognite is quite similar. Think, for example, on what makes Google Maps effective. You start with a map, then you add other data sources, satellite data, traffic data, weather data, restaurant data, etc. Then you make all this information openly available so that it can be used by other applications like Uber, Lyft, and even Pokemon Go. At the bottom, you see the same journey for industrial data and specifically subsurface data using Cognite Data Fusion. Here it also begins with a map of the seabed and the reservoir, which is then mixed with, for example, the seismic and well data, both static and real-time data. You can search for it with keywords or draw a figure on the map to find information relevant to the area. And importantly, third parties can build applications using the Open Data API. In both cases, the result is the same. The everyday tasks for the user becomes much easier and more effective. You do not have to spend a lot of time finding information. One can make quick, informed decisions and also optimize day-to-day tasks and operations. Cognite Data Fusion is an industrial data ops platform that enables an evergreen digital twin for the industry. It covers the whole upstream oil and gas value chain from subsurface to topside. And AI services contextually enrich IT and OT data, providing an open, unified industrial data model that both humans and applications can access easily. It's only when data is liberated and made available in a unified manner that one can begin to create value at scale. And here we have an example of how a leading operator in the Middle East is leveraging Cognite Data Fusion to create significant value. Cognite's client, which operates close to 30 platforms and 300 wells, lacked an overview of maintenance activities and the ability to communicate them to workers. Onshore planners responsible for maintenance scheduling needed a tool that presented a quick visual overview of maintenance status across an entire platform, including also related risks, as well as the ability to plan maintenance and efficiently schedule and sequence work orders for execution. The Cognite Maintenance Planner applications helps the oil gas operator optimize efficiency and reduce waste by enabling efficient scoping, planning, and execution of maintenance work. This application leverages contextualized data from our different source systems to display a list of work orders prioritized by risk factors and then mapping them to a live 3D model of the platform. The solution has recently been scaled across 21 platforms and will help the operator reduce planned shutdowns by up to 30%, boosting production by 2.6 million barrels a year. And this results in an efficiency gain that is valued at close to $40 million a year. Liberated and contextualized data also makes it possible to adopt new technologies and work in new ways. Augmented reality and computer vision provide more insight when you're working and reduce the reliance on paper and inefficient manual tasks. Also, with more data and better access to data, one can move the inspection work from the platform to the office. Finally, as these new digital routines are established, we can achieve something that is especially important nowadays: autonomous inspection work performed by robots. The fact that we're starting to use robots in the industry does not mean that we are removing humans. Robots can take care of the tedious routine work and also dangerous tasks. Then people get more time for creative expert work. That's why we make products that make liberated, contextualized data available anywhere, in the office and in the field. We do not need to send a person with expert knowledge around an oil platform every day to take meter readings. Let's send a robot. Some of our oil and gas customers, like Aker BP, are already doing it for offshore installations. And remember, once we have solved the data problem, all the data that the robot collects will help improve all the solutions that use data. Spot, the Boston Dynamics robot dog, has here completed its autonomous mission on board the Aker BP Skarv installation in the Norwegian Sea a few weeks ago. Cognite Data Fusion serves as the data infrastructure for the offshore mission, which collects images, scans, and sensors from robotics systems, and then shares this data across Aker BP, making it actionable for people and machines. This task includes autonomous inspection, high-quality data capture, and automatic report generation. These data insights provide onshore workers with telepresence on offshore installations, also allowing them to complete real-time missions and planning and help drive crucial activities. AKBP is using data from the robots as advanced as the one from Boston Dynamics, and much simpler ones too, to continuously enrich the digital twins of their offshore assets. So while there are a lot of opportunities with digital transformation, there are also a number of key obstacles, and here are 3 common ones. First, we still have system and data lock-ins that prevent industry from taking full advantage of digital. We still need to concern ourselves with silo data and file formats, as well as data locked in with a vendor's proprietary applications, which do not allow for interoperability. The software system needs to focus on providing open data interfaces and APIs with open public specifications. Second, data quality and governance is still largely manually handled in the industry. We need to automate the process of cleaning data, as today is still a very manual, people-driven task. Finally, while we see this understanding maturing, the industry still has a long way to go when it comes to understanding how to procure software as a service and how to ensure proper implementation practices in the organization. Wide organizational adoption of digital needs to take human factors into account, and in the implementation phase is about strong collaboration between a vendor and supplier and the operator. So what are the prerequisites for driving technology adoption in the industry and continuously improving operations to make them safer, more efficient, and sustainable? First, we clearly need to leverage software as a service and open API-based architecture to ensure continuous improvements towards a more profitable and sustainable future. Second, we have to democratize data access and the willingness to share data across partners and suppliers to be able to remove waste from the operation and the industrial value chain. And thirdly, and importantly, oil and gas companies also need to have the competence and the capacity to verify and deploy new technologies to avoid being stuck with old conventional static technologies. So, what are the best practices and what sets those who succeed apart from those who struggle? Based on our experience in Cognite, working with some of the leading industrial companies in the world, when defining digital transformation, best practices, it's important to answer 3 key questions. First, are you moving from proof of concepts to operationalize solutions? Can you scale digital solutions across assets and plants with low effort? Are you focused on concrete and quantifiable value outtake, both from a financial and a sustainability perspective? And to set your organization for success, it's important that you focus on building and buying products that are open and interoperable, that will make it possible for value outtake to scale and also answer actual operational needs. Thank you.